Come back here. Come back here. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Tinker77, and we're back on all the Mod 6 to the sky. Woo! And now I'm going to hover all the way down. So we're back. It's been a little bit, but I wanted to get back to this series because I've got some time now, finally. So today we're going to work on a new project. I would like today to get a villager. Now, I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. I'm going to explain the rabbit hole, and then we're going to start to do this. Okay, so now I just pressed the E button, and of course, now there's a bunch of lag. So we're looking for the cocoon. Can't spell. This right here, the cocoon of caprice. This can spawn many different things. And so we're going to try to build this. Now, the key for this, I mean, the fell pumpkin, that's pretty darn easy to make. But the key is mana steel. And mana steel, we get that from Botania, which is, you know, not my favorite mod, but we're going to have to work with that. So we're going to work on today making an area to get the mana pool filled up and delve into Botania. Now, because of Botania is a kind of a plant-based thing, I think over here we got some mystical agriculture. I'm going to use this platform over here to be Botania. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to take out all of these blocks from here, from between these light sources, and we're going to put in some dirt. Hopefully I have some grass seeds, and then we're going to at least make an area that we can work with for the Botania. Ooh, that was quick. I got to work with that. Wow. I might just take this off because I don't need it quite yet. But yeah, so let me get to making this little platform, put some grass seed down, make it look a little bit nicer, okay? While we wait for the grass to grow at the dirt that I just placed, we need to start to get some of the mystical flowers. If you look here and you type in mystical, you can see a bunch of these are the flowers, which eventually forms the petals. Now, to get that, we're going to use some fertilizer, okay? And we need to figure out which fertilizer to use. This fertilizer here is mystical agriculture. That's not quite what we want. We'd like to have the floral fertilizer. And if you see here, it just takes bone meal, which we have a lot of, and some dye. So I'm going to take some of the lapis that we have. I'm sure we have a bunch of it. We do have that. I'm going to do 4 stacks of this and make this into dye. There we go. I guess I can just do it this way. And we have enough dye. And then with the bone meal, let's put all this back. We should be able to make fertilizer with that. So I probably shouldn't have put all that back yet. Ah! I do mistakes all the time, guys. There we are. We have all of that. Let's get some bone meal and we'll just craft it up directly. So there's the bone meal. And I'll put these in here. And we will get a lot of this fertilizer. There we go. 3 full stacks to be exact. So now if we go up here, of course, the grass hasn't grown. It takes some time for it to grow out. You can see it's working on it. But we can go out here and we can hit this and you can see it does produce these flowers. So now I'm just going to try to get as many of the flower types that we can get. There should be, I think, 16 different colors. I want to get a bunch of these. So I'll just go around here and hit these things and do this for a little bit to see what we get. Now that is a lot of flowers. I'm not sure. Can I vein mine this? Let's see if I can do that. Looks like it does. So let's see if I can do it right now. Look at that. All that comes out of there. That was easy. So that's all you need to do is just hold down the fertilizer button and you get everything done here like this. And just kind of go around and then all you have to do is just vein mine it. And so you can see here that I do have, there's a row of 8 right here. And there's another 8 here. It looks like this one goes here. So we have 16 different colors. That's excellent. Okay, so with all of that now, we can start to work with the petals in just a second. Let me gather this up and kind of get this all sorted out. Now, to convert these to petals, you would take a particular flower like this mystical blue flower. Each one of those flowers produces 2 petals. Okay, so you can see I've got a bunch of petals here. But the nice thing is now, let's say I have these 2 petals here. You can plant these. You can see it kind of got little particle effects there. And you can also put another one there. Let's see, okay? And then you put some bone meal on it, and it produces these large flowers. Now, if you use shears on these, okay, you get 2 flowers back. So remember, we used 2 petals. We got 2 flowers, but we didn't get 8 of these petals back. So that's how you can get more and more of these petals as long as you have some of these left over. So I'm going to convert all of these to petals because we need to use petals in the next step. We need to make living wood and living rock. Now to make these, you can see right here, living wood, it takes a pure daisy. We have to use wood around a pure daisy makes living wood. To get the pure daisy, well, to do this, we need to put white petals into a Pedal Apothecary. So let's see if we can build this. I'm not in the grid. Good one. Okay, the Pedal Apothecary is this right here. And we have made that. I also want to make a sink, and because this is a water source, but it looks like I need to get, first of all, some water and some terracotta. And terracotta is just clay that has been cooked. So let's see here. Let's get a barrel, and let's get another fluid piece here. Fluid pipe. Do I have any dust in here or not? It probably shouldn't matter, but I do, and that'll be fine. So let's go on up to where we have the witch's water being made, because we can just put some of this right beside there. So we can get a bucket of water, real easy, just like that. That's super easy to do. Now we can do this, and we can just put in another one of these pipes, and it should fill up, and then with the dust, we can make the clay, just like that, and it fills up. There we go. And then we'll just take the 5 pieces. I might as well just do all 8 for now. Take them down there, and we cook them up, and we make a sink. I've got all of the petals in here in this large chest. So we're going to start this process to make the pure daisy. We're going to put some water into the Pedal Apothecary, just like that. And remember, it said that you have to put 4 white petals. So I'll throw these down there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you just add a seed, just like that. And we have now the pure daisy. This is excellent. Now, what we want to do here is I want to be able to put this down and grow some living wood and living rock. So we're going to plant this right here. And the way you do this then is you put down, for instance, stone. You put it all around it here. And you can see there are particle effects. And you just got to wait. Now, I'm going to try to speed this up with the time in a bottle. I'll do it like this. And hopefully this will go pretty fast. There we go. And that is all living rock. So let's go grab that. I'll mine that out. There we go. And then we have some wood that we can do this. And the same idea. Hopefully this will still work really quick, because it's got the time advancement. There it goes. And just like that, we also have living wood. That is awesome. Before we go any further, I would like to add a crafting grid and cabling up top where we have all of the Botania going on. And I think I want to do it in a different way. I want to have this cabling running along the outside perimeter. I may actually add it along the whole entire perimeter so that we can always know that there's access to the storage system from anywhere. But I'm going to need to make another crafting grid, and that is pretty easy. If you look at here's a crafting table there. Let's go to the crafting grid. Typing a little slow today. And why is it? Oh, it's just a grid, huh? I have a pattern grid. I need to find the crafting grid. There it is. And again, it takes this table and an advanced processor and a grid. And the grid, what do we need here? Just a regular grid takes the machine casing. We should have all the resources for these pretty easily. Construction core and a destruction core. I know we're going to need those. We always seem to do it. Man, those machines are noisy. I may have to put those someplace else. Okay, we have a grid there. And then for the crafting grid, we have all the pieces right there. So that's all we need. And then we're going to need a lot of cabling to do this. We only have 2 of these cables. Wow, there's a lot of cables here. Which one is it? It's none of those. It is that right there. So let's see here. Let's make a bunch. There we go. And with that. So with that, I'm going to run this all the way around over to the Botania area and going to get this set up. I have the crafting grid all set up here. I also moved the sink and the Pedal Apothecary over from this side. So this is looking pretty nice. Now, I really don't need the pure daisy at this point also. So I'm just going to remove this and I'm going to put it into the storage area so we have it for later. Right. Now, what I want to do is I want to start the process, and this is kind of that rabbit hole. We know we're going to need a mana pool to make the mana steel. I believe it's mana steel. Am I right? Was it not mana steel? Yes, it's the mana steel ingot. That's what we're trying to get to. And remember, to make the mana steel ingot, we need to have into a mana pool an iron ingot, and this has to be filled with mana. So let's make a mana pool first. This should be pretty easy. It's just living rock. And so there we have that. Okay. And we got a bunch of stuff going on. That's awesome. I'm going to put it right in the center here. That's going to be kind of like a central area of things we're going to be working with here. Okay, now normally you would then use a mana spreader. This is a device that will put mana into the mana pool. So we're going to make one of those. And also you need to have this special wand. This is a Botania wand, the wand of the forest. It's pretty easy to make as long as you have living wood twigs, We need 3 of those. And you can see it takes a lot of your living wood to make that. So there we have those. And then we'll make, it doesn't matter what kind of petals you have. But now we have a wand of the forest. So I want this mana spreader. I think you can put it anywhere, but I think I'm going to put it basically on top of this right here. Maybe a block up, a little bit higher. I'm not sure if range matters that much. Let's just grab a block. I don't care what it is. Here we go. Wow, I can't place something on top of this. Interesting. Okay, well, let's grab some more blocks then, and we'll have to do a little finagling here. Oh, my pack is still on as well. This is really annoying. I have to get rid of it. And then I want this to be one more up. There we go. And we're going to have the mana spreader up higher like that. Okay, now I can get rid of these gravel blocks. Thank you. And let's just take this off. I used that to run the cable. It was very helpful for that. And now what we want to do is want to have this mana spreader be pointing into the mana pool. And I believe you just right-click or shift-right-click like that. And you can kind of see it saying, I'm pointing downward, and it's ready to go. So that is all set up. Next, we have to get the mana production going. Mana production feeds into the mana spreader, which basically funnels all the mana coming into it into one place, which is our pool. We are going to be using endo flames. These are plants that produce mana by consuming consumable combustive materials such as coal. And you can see here for each of these, I want to make 6 of these. It takes brown, it takes red, and it takes light gray. Okay, and of course then we have to use the seeds. So let's grab all of that right now. We have the brown petals. We know we need a bunch of those. It takes light gray. We have a bunch of those. And we need the red. And there that is. And of course we need seeds. And we're going to need, I don't need the shears on me anymore. We're also going to need a bucket for, to get the water out of the sink. Okay. So then this process is pretty easy. You just have to go up here. Bucket goes in here. You want 2 browns, a red, a white, and a seed. And there we go. We have 1 of those. Now I'm going to do the rest. Now that we have those 6 endo flames, I'm going to place them down right over here. Just like that. And there they go. Now these have to be pointing to this mana spreader. So we're going to just take a look here. And we're going to go, again, do a shift. And I'm going to say go to here. And you can see it's pointing to that. Same thing with all of these. Point over to the mana spreader. This is pretty easy. Again, I'm just shift right-clicking on the locations. And you can see they're all within range, and that's fantastic. Now, what happens here? Well, if you take some coal out and you throw it down, one of them will consume that coal. You'll see it, there it goes, and you can see this one lit up, and it is going to be producing the mana that goes into here, and this then feeds up the mana pool. So if I throw this whole stack out here, they will eventually consume it, each of them, and it'll produce more mana. But we need a better mechanism to keep this going, so that's what we're going to build next. And at this point, I came back for lunch and forgot to unmute my mic. So I am once again doing some audio recording post. So what we're going to do here to make this system to throttle the coal, we're going to make a pedestal again. So there is a pedestal. We need 2 of these, and I'll explain why we need 2 of these a little bit later. We're also going to make the pedestal upgrade, which is an item dropper. Okay. Now we're going to try to make this. And of course, we don't have all the materials. So first we make the base, which is that little gold disc. And then we make a dropper, which I don't have. So now I have to make another dropper. And there we go. We have a dropper. And now we can make the pedestal upgrade of a dropper. Okay, so we have all of that. And that's going to work out just fine. We also need a pressure plate. And this gets kind of fun because, of course, I don't have any oak. I'm thinking, okay, I'll just say make oak. And I thought there would be logs. And I don't see any logs. And here I was very confused. But I didn't really say anything at the time. But I'm telling you because this is the behind the scenes thing. And there we go. So now I have some planks, and I make a pressure plate, and there it is. Now I find later I'll need those planks again, but you'll see. So there's a pressure plate, and now we have to have a block. And I'm thinking, now what kind of block? We have to get some coal, and the coal will cause this thing to work. And when they go on here, it'll push the plate down, telling it that there's something there. And okay, wait, I need to go back and get some blocks. I think here I commented that I shouldn't have put away the planks, but I think I look up planks right now. Wood. No, I don't want to use living wood. So let's go back over here and we're going to do planks. There are the planks. So what we do here is we want to have a block up atop on here, and we're going to put a pedestal on top. And this is because that pedestal faces upward. You can see the base is bigger than the top. And so it's facing upwards, and we need to have this particular pedestal facing downwards. And the only way to do that is to put it on the bottom of another pedestal. So there we go. And it looks like that plank got consumed. It's a funny thing. That's kind of cool. Now we don't need this pedestal here, so we're going to take this one down. Now we're going to put this upgrade into the offhand, and that's how you place it onto the pedestal. So there you go, and there it is. Now what this will do then is if it has a piece of coal in it, it will then drop, and you can see it drop down, and it's going to be consumed, and it's gone. Now what this does is it does respond to the pressure plate as a redstone signal. So if we put in 3 more or 4 more, you can see this will basically, it dropped one, which gets consumed, and drop the second one, which gets consumed again from a different flower. The third one, and should be just one left inside of the pedestal, and then it's gone, and you can see there's nothing left in the pedestals. The next thing I would like to do is to feed coal into the pedestal automatically from the storage system. So we're going to need what is called an exporter, and I have one of those already. And we're going to need some more cable to tie this all together. Okay, we're going to put the jetpack in because I know I'm going to have to run this around the side underneath. So I want to go through right here. I'm going to go on through. I'm going to put at least the part of the cable that's here so we get this part set up. There's one there, there, and there. And then we're going to put the exporter going into here. And then I tell it I want to just export only coal. So that's basically a filter. So now what we have to do is we have to go down and put the cabling. And this is where it gets kind of tricky with working with this jetpack, because it doesn't hover. It has to go up and down a little bit, and it's a pain. So I keep on trying here for a little bit more. I can't get there, and then I do, and it's a pain, such a pain to do this, but we'll get it all the way around. Now you can see that it is filling up with coal, and it's starting to work, and this is automatically feeding the endo flames, and so one of them consumes it, and it'll drop another coal. And this is fantastic. This is exactly what we need to happen. So this will keep on filling up automatically, and the mana pool will get filled up, and we're going to have to wait for that in a little bit. But you can see the speed is okay here. So again, we need to make, for the coal, you can check here, the coal is going at like 1296. You see that total there? It's not going down anymore, which means it's not just unloading unlimited amounts of coal. So the pedestal only seems to be able to hold a stack of coal, which is a good thing to know. All right, so we're going to move on here in just a second and wait for all of this to fill up. And it's going to take a little bit. So hopefully, when we get back, we'll have a full mana pool. It took a little while, but the mana pool has filled up. I added a few more endo flames so that it would go a little faster. Now, I have added this switch. When this switch is in the up position, the exporter will not put any coal into the pedestal. So, I mean, it does have some in it. Right now it's 64, but basically it won't refill. So if I take this one out here, I'll just pick this coal up. You can see it'll probably put another one down. That's okay, but you can see that it says it has 63 coal. So it is not going to be filling this up. So yes, I might lose a coal stack as it despawns, but I'm not really too worried about that when we have all this coal being produced by our sieving and hammering and all of that stuff. Okay, so we do have enough now in this mana pool here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple of iron. We need to make mana steel. Okay, and all you do is you just throw it in here. And there it is, okay? And now that we've used some mana, the machine starts to put it back in there. And I missed. Figures, there's a derp for you. And now we have 2 of those. I'm going to turn this back on so it does backfill. And that is fantastic. Okay, now that we have the mana steel, we need to make the caprice. Cocoon of Caprice right here. And I want to make 2 of these. So to do this, we have to make fell pumpkins first. So let's do this. It's basic stuff. We should have all of this in our storage system, I think. Can I make another one? Oh, no, I don't have enough. I can only make 1. That's okay. I can show you how this is done, and we can get more of this in a minute. Let's make the Cocoon of Caprice. There we go. And I'm also going to get some emeralds out. And we use this because this is how you can tell the Cocoon of Caprice to make whatever you're picking. So we're going to have it make villagers. So we're going to give it emeralds. We're going to put this down. And then you're going to feed it as many emeralds as you can. And I believe it takes about 20 of those. You can see I can't give it any more. And then it kind of just sits here and does its thing. Now I'm going to try to speed this up with the time in a bottle. And if everything works, this should turn into a baby villager. And that'll be really cool. There is the baby villager right there. And they will start to run around. And that's just fantastic. There they go. Hi. Hello. I wanted to get 2 because we were going to do some breeding. And I'll have to work on that in a second. Don't fall off. Now, you know, I'm worried about them falling off. There's another mod in this pack called Easy Villagers. And what it lets you do is if you shift right click, you can pick up the villagers. You can hold on to them almost like they're an inventory item. Come back here. Come back here. Okay, here we go. There we go. And you can see in my inventory, we have a baby villager. So I can store these guys someplace and move them quite easily. I don't have to put mine carts down or anything like that. So this is awesome. I might build a little pen or something so they can grow up. Let me go and see about getting all the other resources I need to get. All right. Is he doing that in my inventory? Did he make that sound in my inventory? That's so cool. Yeah, I guess so. Does that mean he's an adult? No. Now you're not. Okay, I'm going to pick you back up. There we go. I don't have a lot of time left for this video, guys, so I think this is about it. So next time we're going to get into some villager breeding and using some of the villagers to get things and to get things done, and it'll be kind of cool. Hey, if you like this video, please click that like button. If you have any comments, put them down in the comment section. And if you there like to be notified of the videos that I produce, please subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you get all the notifications, okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.